Never place these types of plants in front of your house because they can silently drain your wealth, health, and even your family's energy. For hundreds of years, our ancestors have warned that planting the wrong tree in front of your house is a bad omen because every plant carries its own unique energy frequency. And if that energy clashes with the natural flow of energy entering your home, no matter how much you pray or make offerings, your wealth will still slip away, your health will stay unstable, and even the relationships between family members can start to fall apart for no clear reason. In today's video, I'm going to reveal 7 extremely common plants that you should absolutely never place in front of your home. These are not just bad for your home's feng shui, they also have a strong influence on the invisible energy field surrounding your living space. You will understand why a plant that looks beautiful and provides great shade could actually be a hidden culprit that pulls down your family's fortune. And more importantly, I will show you how to identify, handle, and neutralize the effects if your house happens to already have one of these plants without realizing the consequences. If you care about attracting wealth, protecting your health, and keeping peace and harmony within your home, then this video is made for you. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you will not miss out on ancient feng shui and spiritual secrets insights that could quietly reshape your entire destiny. And now, let us dive right in. So what makes a few potted plants in front of your door powerful enough to affect your family's fortune and well-being? Let's go deeper to really understand this. The main entrance of a house is not just a door for people to come and go. In feng shui, it is seen as the point where energy from the universe enters and is transformed into nurturing energy for the entire household. If the door is like the mouth of this energy, then everything placed around it, especially green plants, becomes a direct influence on the quality of that incoming energy. Plants are living beings. They carry their own unique vibration. Some species have strong, uplifting yang energy that spreads positivity and clears the flow of fortune. But others lean toward heavy, stagnant yin energy that can create blockages in the energy field, and that in turn affects your finances, your health, and even your emotional well-being. In feng shui, everything is governed by the 5 elements: metal, wood, water, fire, and earth, and these elements are always interacting, either supporting or clashing with each other. A plant that does not align with the homeowner's element, or one that blocks natural light, sheds too many leaves, has sharp thorns, or drooping branches can easily throw off the balance. This causes a situation where negative energy invades and positive energy is blocked from coming in. Not only that, the energy of life, also known as qi, is an invisible but extremely sensitive force. When that energy gets stuck, everything in your life starts to slow down. Wealth becomes harder to attract. Health may begin to deteriorate, and even your closest relationships can suffer from unexplained tension and conflict. That is why the choice of plants placed in front of your house, something that might seem small, is actually a major gateway that can control the rise or fall of your entire household's fortune. And now, let us get into the most important part of today's video, where I will reveal 7 types of plants that may seem harmless, but could quietly drain away your wealth if planted right in front of your home. Number 1. The weeping willow tree. The weeping willow, with its soft, flowing branches that hang like silk ribbons, has long been considered a symbol of gentle beauty and poetic romance in literature. But in feng shui, this tree carries a completely different meaning. In fact, it is on the list of plants that should never be placed in front of your house. The problem is not just about appearance. The main concern lies in the type of energy that this tree brings. The willow tree emits a very strong yin energy. When planted in front of your home, what feng shui calls the mouth of energy, the weeping willow blocks the flow of positive energy into the house. This creates a sense of stagnation, dullness, and lack of vitality inside the home. Its drooping shape, like a curtain blocking the light, creates a gloomy, closed-off atmosphere. It often leads to what is known as blocked energy, where good energy cannot circulate properly. This directly affects your wealth, cutting off the flow of favorable energy and slowly draining your family's luck and prosperity. On top of that, the name willow in Vietnamese sounds similar to the word for flow away or loss, which symbolically represents wealth blessings and even family members slowly slipping away, never staying for long. In ancient beliefs, the weeping willow is also tied to images of mourning and separation. It often appears in farewell poems or near riverbanks, places where the boundary between the visible and invisible, the living and the dead, is very thin. That is why it is considered an invisible bridge that may attract negative spirits or unwanted energies into your home. Even in many rural traditions, people avoid planting willow trees near their houses, especially in front of the porch or main entrance, because they believe it brings a sense of coldness, anxiety, and can disturb the peace and mental well-being of the entire household. For a house to attract good fortune, it first needs to receive positive energy light movement and a smooth energy flow. The weeping willow, with its drooping form, shading nature, and strong yin energy, goes directly against all of these principles. Number 2. The banyan tree. First, in terms of physical structure, the banyan tree has deep and spreading roots. According to feng shui, this not only affects the stability of your home's foundation, but also creates a heavy and oppressive energy. When its roots grow too close to the foundation, they can disrupt the energy field in the ground. This disturbance makes the life force that flows into the home unstable. Beyond the physical impact, the banyan tree also blocks the flow of positive yang energy, which is considered the base for attracting prosperity, preventing it from reaching deep inside the house. Next, its wide canopy easily shades the entrance, especially in smaller homes or narrow yards, creating dark, stagnant zones where energy cannot move. Spiritually, the banyan tree is believed to be a dwelling place for spirits and local deities in traditional beliefs. This makes many people believe that if a banyan is planted too close to the entrance, it will form a heavy energy zone that surrounds the entryway. This can affect health, emotional well-being, and even lead to conflict and financial instability within the family. According to the 5-element theory, the banyan tree holds a very strong wood element. If placed in front of a home with an incompatible energy or clashing elemental nature, it can disrupt the delicate yin-yang balance necessary for a harmonious living space. As we know, the 5 elements are not just a theory, they directly influence the rise and fall of wealth, health, and family fortune. Another point to keep in mind is that at night, a banyan tree can cast a large, intimidating shadow in front of the house. This can create a heavy, unsettling feeling for people living there. Because it is a large tree, its falling leaves and branches can easily clutter the walkway. This seemingly small issue disrupts the energy flow, creating subtle chaos in the home's energy field. Number 3. Mulberry tree. The mulberry tree may look simple, but planting it right in front of your house could unknowingly bring a lot of trouble. Many people think that as long as a plant is green and thriving, it must be good. But not every type of plant is suitable for entryways and especially not the mulberry. First of all, mulberry trees have thick foliage that grows low and often blocks sunlight. When placed near your main entrance, it can prevent natural light from coming into the house. This does not just make the space feel lifeless, but also affects the mental well-being of those living inside. Many people who live in dark homes tend to feel sluggish, heavy, or easily irritated without knowing why. Secondly, in the minds of many, the mulberry tree is associated with bad luck. Whether you believe in it or not, there have been quite a few people who started experiencing difficulties after placing a mulberry tree by their front door. Work became more difficult. Family tension increased, and even their health declined. And then there is the overall feeling. Just imagine walking into a house at night where a dense tree blocks the entrance, the lighting is poor, and shadows fall across the door. That alone is enough to make people feel uneasy and unsafe. And if you walk in and out of your home every day with that kind of emotional discomfort, it will eventually affect your mood, your work, and your relationships at home. Number 4. Ferns. Ferns might look harmless. Green leaves, soft shapes, easy to grow. But they are actually one of the types of plants you should not place in front of your house. Many people choose ferns because they think it creates a cool, natural feel. But if you care about feng shui and the emotional energy in your living space, then ferns are not a great choice. The first reason is based on the plant's biology. Ferns love shade and humidity and tend to grow well in darker environments. When placed right at the front of your house, which should be bright and open, this plant can reduce the amount of natural light, making the area feel dim and lacking in life. You might not notice it right away, but over time, this darkness can affect your mood. That heavy, drained, and even anxious feeling without any clear reason can often come from living in a space with low light and poor energy flow. Additionally, in feng shui, ferns are believed to trap old or heavy energy. Their dense, drooping leaves restrict air circulation. When placed near a front door, the spot meant to welcome fresh energy into your home, ferns can accidentally block that energy, causing stagnation. This can slow things down in every area of your life. Work becomes harder. You may feel uninspired, and your relationships may experience tension that you cannot explain. There is also something few people notice. Ferns tend to retain moisture for a long time. When grown close to a house, especially in areas without much sunlight, they can create damp zones. Over time, this can affect your health, particularly when it comes to respiratory problems or joint pain. Many people who live in damp homes for long periods often feel tired, lack motivation, and struggle to stay mentally alert. Number 5. Cactus. Cactus plants are easy to grow, very resilient, and require little care, which is why many people like to place them on their porch or even right at the front door. But if you care about the feeling of your living space and want to keep it warm and relaxing, this may not be the best choice. The first issue is the cactus's spiky appearance. Its sharp needles pointing outward do not just look aggressive, they can actually make people feel uneasy or even stressed. Imagine stepping into your home and seeing a pot of cactus full of pointed thorns. It immediately creates a dry, harsh feeling, and that adds heavy energy to the home. If your household often feels tense, impatient, or short-tempered, having a cactus in the wrong place might be part of the reason. Feng Shui also says that your home's entrance is where positive energy flows in. If you place a thorny plant right at the door, it is like putting up an invisible wall that prevents good energy from coming inside. This can affect your mood, your sense of peace, and the bond between family members. It is worth noting that cactus plants are often used for protection. They are meant to block out bad energy from the outside. But if you do not know where to place them correctly, they can have the opposite effect. Putting a cactus right in front of your home can block good energy, instead allowing that prickly, dry vibe to stick around. Number 6. Bombax tree. The bombax tree, with its broad canopy and rugged trunk, can bring a heavy, stagnant energy when planted right in front of your home, something you might not expect. In feng shui, the energy of the bombax tree is considered quite still. It does not radiate the kind of positive, vibrant energy that other plants do. In fact, many people who have planted a bombax tree near their entryway report that their homes started to feel darker and less alive, regardless of how old or well-grown the tree is. Traditional feng shui advises against planting bombax trees at the entrance because they block light and airflow. And that is true, even though it is a strong, large tree. Placing it directly in front of your house can block out daylight, making your home feel gloomy. And once you lose that natural light, the motivation and enthusiasm of the people living there can noticeably drop. Forget about the spiritual side for a moment. Just lacking brightness alone is enough to make people feel tired and low when they return home. On another note, the bombax tree is not a symbol of steady growth in feng shui. Unlike trees that represent good luck and abundant energy, the bombax tends to hold on to energy which can be either good or heavy, but it rarely helps to spark movement or transformation. This makes it unsuitable for the front entrance, where you want daily renewal, fresh energy, and uplifting life force to enter your home. From a Buddhist perspective, life is always in motion, and we need a living space that supports peace, clarity, and meaningful growth. The bombax tree, with its grounded, energy-retaining nature, may unintentionally make your space feel stuck and rigid, the opposite of the awakened, refreshed energy we strive for each day. Number 7. Terminalia katapa. The almond tree has a thick trunk, broad leaves, and deep roots. It gives off a solid, grounded feeling. But these very qualities make it a bit too heavy for a front entrance, a place that should feel light and free to welcome energy each day. Placing an almond tree right in front of your door is like putting a thick wall of air right in the way. Sunlight struggles to get in, air circulation is limited, and the energy in your house becomes sluggish. Every time you walk through that doorway, instead of feeling uplifted, you might feel strangely burdened. It is subtle, but very real. Traditional feng shui teaches that the front door is where the energy of people, the earth, and the universe all meet. It is a place of flow and transformation. Anything blocking that point affects the outcome. It either opens the way for fresh energy or shuts it down. Terminalia katapa, with its wide canopy and heavy leaf fall, tends to create a gloomy, windless zone, and over time, that influences both your mood and your home's prosperity. From a Buddhist view, nothing is inherently good or bad. It all depends on whether things are in the right place. Terminalia katapa, when placed properly, like in the middle of a large yard where it does not block light or air, can be a symbol of protection and calm. But if placed in the wrong spot, it becomes an overly silent, static presence that may cause people to retreat inward emotionally. So what if you suddenly realize that you have planted the wrong type of tree in front of your house? Is there any way to fix the situation without having to cut it down completely? Let us continue to the next part and find out. The most important thing is to transform the energy, not to eliminate it. If you feel that the plant is truly blocking the light, the view, or creating a heavy feeling, you can move it to a more open area, such as a corner of the yard, the side of the house, or anywhere with enough space for it to thrive, without interfering with the energy flow at your front door. If the plant cannot be moved, there are still small rituals you can do to cleanse and balance the energy around it. In the old days, people would lightly sprinkle white salt around the base of the tree early in the morning. Salt is believed to absorb heavy energy and purify the space. Another method is using rice water, which is considered living water, to pour around the roots on the 1st and 15th day of each lunar month. You can also lightly cleanse the entrance with incense made from agar wood or sandalwood. Its natural aroma helps to calm and raise the frequency of the surrounding energy. While doing this, you can set an intention with a simple prayer, such as, "I ask for harmony, light and peace for this tree and this space." For those who follow Buddhism, you can chant a short mantra like Namo Amitabha Buddha, or softly repeat the name of Avalokiteshvara with a clear, peaceful mind. When your heart is calm, the energy around you will shift. In addition to rituals, you can also use certain feng shui items to help balance the energy. For example, a wind chime, when hung on the front porch, creates soft flowing sounds that activate yang energy and push away any heaviness. A feng shui gourd, when hung on a tree branch or nearby window, is also believed to collect and neutralize unstable energy. Placing a small piece of clear or amethyst quartz near the base of the plant can also help align its energy with that of the home, making them resonate more harmoniously. You see, sometimes just a single plant or a shady corner in front of your house can quietly be the reason why life starts to feel heavier, more stuck, and you might not even realize it. Feng shui is not superstition. It is a way of learning how to listen to the movement of nature, to respect the flow of energy around us, and to turn our home into a place that nurtures peace, good fortune, and new beginnings every single day. When you cleanse your living space, both physically and energetically, you are also clearing your own mind, opening the doors to happiness and success. So if today you happen to realize you have unknowingly planted something unsuitable, then today is also your chance to make a change, to refresh your life, starting with the smallest things. If you found this message helpful, do not forget to leave a positive comment below, something like, "I am ready to refresh my living space," or "I choose to bring good energy into my home." Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss out on deep feng shui wisdom and simple daily practices that can help you live peacefully and prosperously. Thank you for staying with me until the end. The journey of transformation starts right now.